Good evening, Emily Bloom here, filling in for Chris Crocker as she enjoys a couple of days off. Now moving into our Wednesday, pretty nice conditions for the first half of the day at least. This 6 a.m. will be at about 59 degrees, 8 a.m. getting into those mid-60s. Now this is going to be your window of opportunity. If you need to get out and walk the dog, maybe you have some yard work to do or some exercise you want to get in yourself, you're going to want to get it done in the first couple of hours in our day. By the afternoon, we are going to get into the upper 80s in the Spokane area. Some areas certainly getting into those 90s. And we're going to have heavier cloud cover moving in throughout the day as well. So any kind of outdoor activity that needs to be done, it's going to be the early morning hours or the late evening hours when it's going to be most comfortable to do so. You can see temperatures all across the region. This is by tomorrow afternoon, mid to upper 80s, and then a few areas into those lower 90s. Now, for those of you up in Okanagan, Ferry, and maybe even into Stevens County, you could have a minor interruption tomorrow afternoon with some showers and potentially a rumble of thunder or two. If you see any of that active weather, it's not going to be as impactful as what we saw on Monday, but definitely something to keep in mind for your Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Now moving into our planning forecast, you can see this warm stretch that we have ahead of us, temperatures climbing almost each and every day. We're into the lower 90s by Friday and then the mid to upper 90s Saturday and Sunday. By Tuesday of next week, we're down into the mid 80s. If you want to call that a cool off, we'll certainly feel better than what we're going to have this upcoming weekend. Now, this is definitely the time period that you want to keep in mind, those who are most vulnerable to this kind of weather. And like I previously mentioned, those overnight temperatures in the lower 60s is when we're going to have the opportunity to get a little bit of reprieve from this weather. Cool off the house if you don't have AC, and just take a breather from the heat. Now, moving into this period, we definitely want to be taking heat-related illnesses more seriously. Some reminders that we have here for you from the National Weather Service. Avoid overexertion and stay hydrated. If you are spending time outside, you definitely want to take that and pay attention to it. Never leave people or your pets in the vehicle, and obviously assist those who are at higher risk of heat-related illnesses. Children, pets, the elderly, neighbors, those who are most vulnerable to these kinds of conditions. So this is something that we're going to be tracking very closely for you over the next couple of days and keeping you updated as we get closer to the upcoming weekend with this heat wave. And Mark Peterson will have an update for you tomorrow morning.